Tonight, tens of thousands of civilians are fleeing as Turkey escalates its invasion into Syria, targeting U.S. allies, the Kurds. Smashing towns and villages on the border with airstrikes, artillery, and ground forces. The injured rush to hospitals, families scrambling to get out, carrying whatever they can. We were hit by 6 or 7 bombs, this woman said. We drove into northern Syria this morning and soon met these Kurdish protesters just outside the front lines. They're being urged to stay and resist.
She's saying the Americans with the Kurds fought against ISIS, that without the Kurds, they would never have been able to defeat ISIS. And she's asking, why are the Americans leaving us now?
The Kurds blame President Trump, who essentially gave the green light for the Turkish attack by ordering U.S. troops out of the way. Today, the president tweeting he could mediate a deal between Turkey and the Kurds and threatening sanctions on Turkey.
We had a big victory. We left the area. I don't think the American people want to see us go back in with our military. We are going to possibly do something very, very tough with respect to sanctions.
Turkey's foreign minister tonight says the assault will continue until, he says, all terrorists are neutralized. The assault is facing worldwide condemnation, in part because it's not just an offensive, it's a settlement campaign. Turkey is sending in Arab militias that would displace the Kurds from their homes permanently. And there are growing fears about these detention camps holding tens of thousands of ISIS fighters and their families. Kurdish officials now warn some ISIS members have probably already escaped because Kurdish troops had to rush to the front lines. U.S. forces have taken custody of at least 2 high-profile ISIS detainees accused of murdering American journalist James Foley and dozens of other foreigners.
U.S. troops here in Syria are on their bases monitoring the situation, and they say so far they're seeing more Turkish-backed militias than Turkish troops, and that worries them.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.